Hi, I'm Tim, and this is Selfless Awakening, where I like to ground all of this personal growth, self-help, mindful, spiritual stuff. If you like what I'm talking about, subscribe, click the little notification to stay up to date. Okay, so this video is about how to cognitively reframe your life in this coronavirus time. There's something that came to me to do a video about this morning, and that topic is it's the topic of how to take lemons and make lemonade out of them. Basically, that's the idea. There's so many people now in the world and society that are up against new challenges. Some people are having bigger challenges than others in their lives because of the change of this work stopping, health issues, all sorts of things happening. And it's very easy to get caught in looping, persistent negative thinking about the state of the world or the state of our lives. And just wanted to talk about this topic of cognitive reframing and how it works. Reframing is basically the way that you take a situation and you observe the voice in the head and how it's commenting on something, and then you literally stop the voice in the head and make it say different things about the situation. For instance, let's say I'll give a personal example. Okay, I have a singing school, and we were able to switch over around 90% of our clients out of our, I don't know, almost 200 people in our school. We switched about 90% of them over to online lessons, which was amazing. However, I could think about that like, oh my God, we lost 10% of our students. What are we going to do if we lose more? How am I going to handle? I could focus, I could see it as a loss, or I can see it as a gain of, oh my God, we transitioned 90% of our clients over to online. Isn't that amazing? What could that look like for us next level? What could that look like for the expansion of our business as we continue to tap into this online market? You know, like that would be reframing. It's all about how you frame your situation right now. And I'm thankful to be in a situation where it's not so hard to reframe it. I mean, you know, my God, 10% in this time to be able to switch students over, like that's incredible. Like it's very easy for me to frame that in a positive way. There are some other people who, you know, have lost their shirts from this thing, and it's a little harder to reframe, but it's always possible, you know. I even had prepared reframing, like if most of the students in our school weren't able to switch over to online lessons, I would have reframed that in a different way. I would have basically been like, well, now it's time for me to focus on working on writing the book, working on new materials for the program once we're up and running. Like I already had reframing prepared for if it didn't work out that we were able to transition our students over to online lessons. Like there's always a silver lining if you're able to see it. And I know it's hard to think that way sometimes, especially when the shit really hits the fan. But the sooner you can get to a place of seeing this situation that's happening with the virus, with the new time that we're in, the sooner you can see the opportunities in that for yourself and for society, the faster you're going to get to a place of being able to move yourself into a new place that is going to make you feel good and serve you in this new time. It's not going to be dwelling and in fear and dwelling in negativity about your life situation and then perpetuating that. That's not going to be the way that you're going to elicit the type of new life experiences you want for yourself in this time. No matter how hard your situation is, honor it, look at what's happening in your life, and don't argue against it. Don't resist what is, but you have to actually look at, oh my God, I lost my job. My family's sick, or this is happening, or whatever. You have to honor that it's here. And then once the voice in the head starts looping negative thinking about the situation, that's time to step in. There's no more learning to be had from the situation if the voice is just saying the same negative, fearful thing over and over. At that point, you have to say, I've received the message, universe. Now I want to reframe this situation. How can I see this differently? And that's one of the things you can just start doing is meditating in the morning. If you don't meditate, meditating. Sit down and ask yourself, how could this situation, how could I see this differently? How could this be an opportunity for me instead of a hindrance? And you start opening your mind to that. And I guarantee you, you're going to find some answers. Even the smallest ones at first. It's like, well, I was kind of thinking it might be time for a job change. Even though you may have lost your shirt, whatever, you can still think this is an opportunity, So, cognitive reframing. Think about where in your life you're resisting the life situation in the way that it is. Honor that resistance. How can you learn from it? What can you ask yourself? What can I learn from this? And then reframe it. Reframe it. Get creative. It's going to be hard sometimes. We'll resist reframing because a lot of times we want to hold on to our negative story that justifies us drinking or overeating or letting ourselves go in this time, and that's not the right way to go. We don't want to let ourselves go. There's nothing that makes you feel worse than letting yourself go. And then the more you let yourself go, you're going to be in a low vibrating state of being that's not going to help you come up with genius ideas and creative ideas. Take care of yourself. Feel good. Reframe your thinking. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be better than it was before this. How can you see your life situation that way? There we go. I think I got it out. All right. So if you like any of this that I'm talking about, subscribe, click the little notification. I feel a pull to share more on Selfless Awakening as we're moving into this new transition, this new level of awakening. Crazy times, but exciting. Be well.